Hey guys, it's your girl Corporate Carolyn here, and it's so funny as my day comes to a close with work and before I start dinner, my mind just starts firing all sorts of things that I'd like to talk about on YouTube regarding my woman-to-woman chats especially. And so fortunately my son set up the camera and the desktop and everything where I could just like turn away from work from my corporate Carolyn persona and come over here and start talking to you guys almost like girlfriends or whatever. Hopefully, I hope that's how it comes across and not very preachy where I'm trying to like be your mama or something, maybe like your auntie or whatever. But I just had a thought because so many people are commenting, and it's sad, like, because I comment on some of the other YouTube channels, like say that people are talking about Kevin Samuels and the advice he might have for women, or where other men are like being kind of hard hitting talking about us, but sometimes where men are on point about us, I comment as well. And so the women that I'm engaging with, it makes me really sad, especially at 58, when I'm talking to women who are a lot younger than I am. Like by the time you get my age, you're jaded. You've seen a lot of things and you've seen bad things. And so usually it's the older ladies that start to lose hope, that, you know, can be bitter and wind up not being able to believe. And I'm here to tell you, you're going to have to believe, like, all this negative stuff that I'm hearing from younger black women that are saying, oh, well, see, black men, they don't do this, and black men don't work, and they don't take care of their families, and they don't take care of their kids, and they're no good, and they don't have this and that. I mean, do you guys really hear yourself? That is so negative. That's the kind of stuff I hear from some black men who say that we are no good and we are not, about anything. And just all of this negative banter is only based on some bad examples. Like when you just like look at a small number of the population, or just in your limited sphere of influence, or what you've seen, and you're judging and using a wide stroke across an entire population or demographic of men based on what you've seen. If I had based my experience or based my opinions and beliefs on what I could have, based on, like, say, my father and the example he set. And I always tell women that, you leave if there's beating, cheating, whatever. My father was beating, cheating, drinking, not working, in jail. It was just the whole thing. And I was raised to believe that men were no good, that you couldn't trust them, that, like I would see when I got older why women cheat on their husbands. And I told my mom, back when I was a teenager, I said that, no, I won't see. And of course my phone is ringing. No, I won't see, because if I ever need to cheat, that's when it's time to get a divorce. But I just heard such negative things that really should have made me think that finding a good man wasn't possible, because that's what I was led to believe from a lot older women. And so people have always been telling me what's impossible. And now I have these young women telling me, how hard it is, and because I'm older and, like I'm not in the dating scene, I don't know what it's like, and it's difficult, and, you can't find anybody. I was told that back in the 70s and back in the 80s. I believe it was hard then, and I really believe that it's hard now. I'm not diminishing what you guys are seeing out here in the dating field, not diminishing or negating in any way. I do believe you're having a hard time, but like what I was getting ready to say was, people have told me what was impossible my entire life, and I didn't listen. And I had to make notes because my mind is going a mile a minute. But people, one, were telling me that college wasn't possible for me. Grew up in the projects. Dad never contributed anything to my well-being or care. I think I remember my dad giving my mom $15 once. I can't recall anything else that he gave towards child support, and that was even non-existent. So he wasn't supporting me as a child. And my family told me that college wasn't possible because y'all ain't got no money, And we didn't, but I believed that the Lord would help me, and I kept moving forward. I kept studying, kept doing. I said I was going to get a scholarship, and then my mom said, you'll see, you need to probably go to trade school or do something that's more realistic. I didn't listen. And in the projects of Augusta, Georgia, it did look bleak, but I chose to believe in something different, something bigger than myself. And the Lord blessed me, and I wound up getting scholarships and things where I could go to Clemson University and get my degree, and also where I could get an internship that no one at my school had ever gotten before in engineering, which is how your girl wound up in electrical engineering for 3 years, which was not really the best move for me, but I was going where the money was because I was tired of being poor. But that was the first thing that people told me wasn't possible. They also told me finding a husband, a good man who didn't cheat. I heard that all men cheat, and they run around and don't, a lot of times take care of their families. I just heard all sorts of negative things, but I said no. If I could see it on shows like The Waltons, I was stuck in the house all day because my mom worked a lot. And once I was in the house, I was an only child. Once I was in the house, I couldn't leave the house because my mom was worried about me getting knocked up. And she said, in her words, Callan, they call me Callan in the South, not Carolyn. I ain't raising no babies. I used to have nightmares because I was scared that I'd get knocked up. I wasn't doing anything, but I was still having nightmares because my mom said, I ain't raising no babies, and so, but I was told that you weren't going to find a good man, and so you should just pretty much take what you get and just accept that. But I said, no. I read the Harlequin romance books that our next door neighbor who used to watch me sometime, Mrs. Harley, back from the 70s and 80s, where people, didn't do anything until they got married and they lived happily ever after. I said, wait a minute, the people in Harlequin romance, they have happy endings. Wait a minute, Little House on the Prairie, because I was stuck in the house watching TV and reading, Caroline and Charles Ingalls, they lived a happy life. Florida and James, they were poor, but they lived a happy life. The people on Little House on the Prairie were poor too. I just wanted someone to love me, and I wanted a family like I always dreamt of having, because I was an only child, not close to my mom. Dad, not in the picture, lived less than 10 miles away. I couldn't remember seeing him more than 10 times in my entire childhood. So people told me that was impossible. But look, your girl has been married for over 32 years to a man who loves me, who thinks I'm cute, who thinks I'm wonderful. I may be annoying, and someone said that he couldn't put up, a person commented and said he couldn't put up with my kind of crazy, but guess what? My husband thinks I'm crazy, but he likes it. So there. So all of this about, things that are negative. Let's see, what else? Oh, jobs too. That was why I'm still looking. Because I took some time off because I have a good guy who let me stay home for a while and take care of the kids, helping with his business and things. And so I tried to go back into IT about maybe 5-6 years ago, and people were dissing your girl left and right, saying, oh, well, you have so many holes in your, your resume. And, oh, we're really just hiring people, with specialized technical knowledge. And that was even someone who owned a company that I worked with at PricewaterhouseCoopers years ago. Oh, no, we're not looking for anyone with, with your skills. And so another person said, you should just probably try to, go back to entry level and see if you can get some experience, and you'll just build your way back up. And I remember hearing that, and I snatched my noisy purse up and I said, thank you very much. And I left. And I came here and I sat at that table, and I was really, really sad because I was struggling. I was starting to look at some entry-level jobs thinking that I couldn't go back into IT. But your girl prayed and she hoped and she kept pushing. And then next thing you know, doors just started opening, and I was able to go back into my industry, not as the business analyst that I struggled with and hated, but I said, hey, someone dissed me once and said, you're not really a business analyst, you're more like a technical writer. And I was like, wait a minute, that evil Hussy, she's right. I am more like a technical writer. So I started presenting myself as a technical writer, but now I'm a senior technical writer, and your girl is right back in the IT field. And no, I didn't have to take any entry level positions like that person said. And your girl is really the corporate Carolyn that she's saying she is. And if anybody ever wonders, you can ask me and I'll let you know why I go by the moniker of corporate Carolyn. But anyway, everybody said it was impossible. Was it hard? Yes. Did I have to look almost like for a needle in a haystack to find the right fit, to put myself in the right place at the right time to be seen? What happened to me over the last 5 years with my career and the ability to work from home constantly and to travel wherever I want. Nobody wants to see me. No one cares as long as I do my documents. I mean, now that's God, I have to say. But what everyone told me and what the circumstances looked like, that is not what happened for me. Same thing with the husband that I have. It didn't seem possible for me, but here you go. 32 plus years later, I'm married happily, not fooling around, just like I told my mom. And then also with the college thing, being able to get the college degree, and praise the Lord, it's paid for. The student loan debt that I had is all paid for. And then also your girl was able to help her 2 sons, with the help of my husband, of course, to make it through college with their degrees and everything. So everything that you think is impossible, that looks difficult, that looks ridiculous, and anyone can name all of the reasons why you can't do something, tell you all the bad things that are out there, just like they are today, about, the pool of men that you should choose from. You can't listen. You've got to believe. If you're going to find your dream husband, boyfriend, whatever you're looking for, you have got to believe, and you got to stop all of this negative self-talk. What I'm hearing from a lot of women is negative self-talk. And if you were in my kitchen with me, I would want to do a nice little shake, and say, stop it. You can't think like that. You have to look beyond your current circumstances. Know that things that you're not seeing are possible, because they are. If I had listened to people, I would still be back in the projects of Augusta, Georgia, struggling to get out and to find a husband that loved me for me, little booty and all, and also fought my way back into the IT arena where I want to be. If I listened to all those people and all that negative stuff, none of this would be possible. So I may be old, I may have grown up before the internet and social media, but that doesn't make what I'm saying any less true. Stop dissing us older people. We have experience, and experience transcends time. The Bible does too, in case you're wondering. And I have just faith that can move mountains, because I've seen what the Lord can do in my life and where he's brought me from. And so you can take the faith part, or leave it. But I can tell you, just because what you see looks like that's all there is, it's not true. That's why I say people should read. They should go different places, expose themselves to different things, because that little limited thing that you're looking at, that is not all there is. So I'm so sorry that I got on my soapbox and I went longer than I should have, as usual, but you've got to believe, and then all things are possible. Well, until the next time, I hope that helps someone. Talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.